most salespeople lose the deal before the first word is even spoken. I've trained over 500 salespeople and their leaders across 20 markets from North America, South America, Europe to the Middle East. I've done thousands of sales calls myself. I've had probably tens of thousands of customer interactions, including in person. And over all of those years of being in the field in sales, training people on sales, building structures for sales, there were a few things that really stand out as universal principles. And one of them is the psychology that you engage before you even enter a call has a great deal to do with its outcomes. There's plenty of advice out there for how-tos, for techniques, some of them useful, others not so much. But you will also find a lot of different techniques for different industries. So what often happens is that sales agents take techniques from one industry, try to transfer them into their own context and realize it doesn't work. You will also find in general that sales is the one department in any company that's constantly under pressure. There's nothing more brutal in terms of performance management than sales. Your numbers could be off for 1 week, for a month, if you're lucky. And there will be questions about your job. There will be questions about you being part of this company anymore. And your income opportunity could be gone. So sales people are under unique pressures. And at the same time, it often seems that there is very little support for those teams. A lot of salespeople figure it out. Some salespeople learn from the founders, especially in enterprise and B2B sales, if they have been selling through their personal connections or through industry contacts. Sometimes salespeople just figure it out how it works in that industry. And it will be different in each industry. How you close deals, it's different from B2C to B2B. It's different from enterprise to government. It's different if you're running tenders and bids. It's different if you work with products or work with services, if you're selling one-off products or if you're selling subscriptions. If you build long-term relationships, if you're in the high income sector, or if your product is a mass product, all of this will ultimately define how you sell. So I've really come over all those years to the belief it's not really useful to teach and to train people on specific phrases to say or specific like micro techniques, but it is often way more valuable to focus on principles. And those are not necessarily only principles about sales, but principles about human psychology, principles about how we create value and how we talk about the value that we create, and ultimately, when we speak of value, how we solve problems for other people. You see, every person, and I say person, I don't say lead or customer, every person has certain fears, ambitions, needs, and has certain challenges, certain problems. And in the type of economy that we live in, those needs, those challenges can be solved by commercial private organizations that create products and services to add value. And it is sales in between. Sales is the bridge between a person with a problem or a person who needs a certain thing and the company, the organization, commercial organization that offers a solution. Sales is that bridge. And sales connects the product and service with the potential customer. And what happens in this bridge matters a great deal. It matters how we sell. It does not just matter that we can sell at all. It matters, our ethics matter, the way we see our potential customers. Is our product even adding value? Is it even solving problems? Is it competitive compared to what's happening in the market? There's a lot that goes into it. And before we get lost in every single micro technique, if we want to be successful salespeople, if we want to be successful in that industry, we really need to think about the principles on which we operate. And then we can make adjustments to whatever we are facing within our organization. We develop our own techniques. We develop our own best practices. But it requires certain core foundational principles first. And this is really what my work is about. It is to give you those mental operating principles so that you can multiply your own impact. You can also become the person in your company who develops the techniques, develops the methods, onboards new salespeople into it, multiplies the impact. And you can also become a leader over time, of course. And in this way, also secure your own job. We all know sales is the most volatile department. It's the one that's constantly under pressure. It's the one that's constantly on fire. That's on the front line. That does not only get rejection and negativity from the potential customers or those who reject, but also internally. And also due to, unfortunately, a lot of malpractices, it's often the most vilified department as well, where you see a lot of negative stereotypes towards salespeople. So it is a tough environment, and I always say it takes a special kind of person to work in sales. And I myself, I've been skeptical of sales before I even got into the sales industry. I think I myself have been subject to some of those stereotypes until I did it myself, and I learned that there are different ways of how you can do it. And there are certainly crooks. There are certainly people who destroy the reputation of sales by the way what they're doing. But if you're here, then you probably are not interested in that. But you understand that it is skill. It is the way how you hold the frame in the conversation. It is the way that you sequence through a conversation, and how you are able to connect whatever is going on in the world of the customer with what you are offering. That this is where the sweet spot is. And if you do it in an ethical way, you're in a trustworthy way, you're also building relationships that will lead to expansion revenue, to upselling, to renewals, to retention, and to everything that will ultimately make the company successful.